Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogion Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. I hope everybody's having a good night. A lot of people in chat already. It's awesome. You run through a bunch of them. Hope you guys got a chance to check out Sawdust Beast just before. It was a good show. I really admire Lyn. You know, she's been through a lot. She's dedicated a lot of her time to helping others, and I think it's really awesome what she's done in her life and what she's willing to do in the future. You know, she's onto a new thing, and she wants to really get involved with the Bigfoot community and get out there and research. And I think it's awesome. Joe, it has been forever, hasn't it? By the way, Joe, I will not sing happy birthday to you, but I will wish you a happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, Joe. um, who else? Audrey and Jamie, Sandra Piper, Murray. Hey, Gene. Mr. Lee 3PO. What's happening, buddy? Who else we got in here? Wonder Woman. Hey, Kathy. How are you, hon? Long Island Bigfoot. What's going on, Mike? So yeah, guys, it's there's no plans for tonight. I did send out just a message to see if somebody wanted to come on. We'll see if they get back to me. But yeah, anybody wants to come on tonight, if you want to come hang out, hit me up, monstermogion@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link, and we'll just kick it. No plans. Kind of old school. No, it is. I've just been so busy. Like I said Tuesday, I'm busting my ass trying to get this my shit together so I can make this move. And I've got like 2 days left to pack up all my shit. And then it's gonna stay here. I'm gonna store it here, but out of the way. There's no sense in moving it twice. I'm gonna spend about 4 weeks up at my dad's house. I have like I said, a bunch of stuff I have to get done before I do go away. There's projects at his house that I'm not going to leave unfinished. So everything that he needs done, I'm going to get done, and then I'm going to head down south. But I have to be out of here in 2 days. So this is the last time, the last broadcast from this studio, this house. It's been a good house. Yeah, I've been here almost 4 years. And if a house can be good, for someone, I mean, this house has been good for me. Very healing. So thank you, house. But yeah, it's time to move on. TFE, what's happening? Hola, Juanita. ¿Cómo está? Welcome. Jared Crazy Indian. What's up, Jared? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Great to see you. Keep in mind, I'm looking at things from the StreamYard side. I have to pull up, if I want to see YouTube, I got to pull it up. The chat for YouTube, I got to pull it up on my phone. I don't do the split screen thing. Although I could. Never mind. You know me, I push the wrong buttons. Better safe than sorry. I'll just pull it up on my phone. All right. Sorry. Geez, I got to do something about that logo. It's time to change it. I didn't know what came up when it came up on YouTube when you guys are waiting. I didn't know what was on the screen, so yeah, time to change it. Tom Paul Cajun, what's happening? Ryan, what's going on? You know what? Damn it, Ryan. I'm attracted to those shiny red things. Got to push it. Iron Dogger, welcome. Great to see you. Rex Hand, Scotty B, Stevie B, what's up? Last of the Wilds, what's going on? We got a small, starting off slow, 5 minutes, well, almost 40 people. That's awesome, actually. Ryan says, I don't blame you. The button is quite candy-like. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, what's that do? I've been doing this for how long, and I still don't know what half the shit does, or how to do half the shit I can do. Ooh, sorry. Hilltop, what's going on? Just reading chat real quick. Sorry, guys. Well, howdy, Lynn. Lynn, great job with Mark and Larry on Sawdust Beast. Excellent job. I really enjoyed it. And I was just telling everybody just 3 minutes ago, how much I admire what you do, and what you've done with your time in your life, and the person you are. Thank you so much. Yeah. My thought is, if you're up for it, not putting you on the spot. I know it sounds that way, but if you want to come on, I can send you a link if you want to hang out for a little while. I'd love to have you on. I think you did a great job, and it's a good way to keep things rolling. Let me see. I'll send you a link. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't, I get it completely, and you're probably whooped. I can send you the link over here. All right. I can't see anything on screen, so I'm treading into dangerous territory here. All right, we got a split screen. What do we want? We want this. So yeah, I'm just gonna I am gonna send you the link in Messenger. I should never have learned how to copy and paste, because this is just too easy. Oh. There you go. Yeah, like I said, if you want to use it, use it. It's up to you. I mean, you just did almost 2 hours on a show. I get it. But again, anybody wants to come on, hang out, you got something to ask, say, anything, just want to bullshit, send me a email at monstermogion@gmail.com. Who else we got here? Roku, what's happening? Bell Prepper, how's it going, hon? Good to see you here. It's funny when it says good to see my own mod. All right, had to set up the my phone next to me so I can see that chat. TFV, take care, man. Be safe. Yeah, right. Larry's right. When you learn all the buttons, they'll change them. It's like just figuring out a new phone, and you get used to it, and then you break it, and you got to get a new one, and you got to start over. It sucks. It's funny. I was just talking to somebody about that. They have to get a new phone, and they're like, "But I just got used to this phone." People still figuring out who Stevie B is, huh? Right on. Who else is here? You guys got any questions? Feel free to ask. I've probably answered them all in the past 8 months. Livewire, what's happening? What do we got? 56 watching. Awesome. There we go. Well, howdy, darling.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing, Lynn?
Good, but about getting bombed by a dog again. Damn it.
No, that's so good. It's deja vu.
Yeah. Uh-oh, hang on. I got to mute my TV. I just got the dogs settled down from the last time. Now they got another male voice.
Now they another male voice, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Mom's got a man around. Run. Oh, I can cuss on this one. It's okay. I forgot. Oh.
Excuse me.
Woo.
No, it's all good.
All
yeah,
right.
I saw the kennels behind you. That's why I asked on Mark's show if you kenneled your dogs at night.
Sometimes I do. They just depends on, if I leave the God damn. Sorry. If I leave them too long, they'll start chewing on crap and peeing on crap.
I feel like I need to open my door and let my dogs in.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me while I throw one off the bed.
Come here, Maya. Come say hi. Come on up here. Come on. Well, hello. Come on. Up here. Say hello. This is Maya.
Hi, Maya.
Maya, over here. Come here. You got to come this way.
She's better behaved than mine. They're.
Yeah, she's pretty chill, and Lucy gets along with everybody. Maya's, I don't know. She hasn't been that too social with other dogs. I mean, I don't know. She gets along with Lucy. That's enough.
This is Loki. He's my shepherd. And him and... Oh, come on. Quit chewing on your brother. Get up here. I swear, German shepherds are camera shy. There. Okay. He just wants to stick his nose in my lap.
Hey, Bobby. Yeah, they're good dogs. I'm looking forward to them experiencing new things with me. Checking out Florida.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's lots of good fishing.
Yeah, but also like it's funny. You're new to the squatching scene, so am I, and it seems like Florida is a good place to learn. I guess learn to get out there. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
It's more convenient than Arizona, and where I'm at. So looking forward to it.
Cool.
Yeah, you did a great job over on Mark's show. Excellent.
Thank you.
Everybody loves you.
Good. It was fun.
So Stevie B wants to know, Lynn, how many dogs do you have?
Oh, currently 1, 2. Oh gosh, too many. 8 dogs and 2 cats.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, a ton. I way more than I planned on having, but so the latest golden retriever and the German Shepherd, the are rescues basically. So I am not in the least bit feeling bad about maybe trying to find different homes for them. I don't know. Got too many right now, and I've fostered and rescued a long time. I used to, like, up in Jessup, Georgia. I fostered for a long time, and so. But yeah, the German Shepherd. He was in a family where they had young children, and he was still
Well,
just a
howdy, Tech.
year.
Sorry.
He was
It's
it's all good. He was
like I
still
have
just
Tourette.
a year old. So but he had heartworms, so I had to get him through heartworms and make sure he was healthy, and make sure he wasn't he was just jumping on the kids too much. They were, you
Yeah.
know, he's not a bad boy. He's just, I think they got they adopted him through the Humane Society, and it was more dog than they were willing to or had the time for. Like both the there was three generations living in the household, and none of them really had time for the dog. So I ended up with the German Shepherd and the golden retriever that looks ridiculously like my old working dog, Rusty. Well, my working dog's name was Rudy. The current one is Rusty, the one that keeps flying back and forth in front of the camera. He's when I like his people, they were getting evicted, and I wonder if they were even feeding him. Like when I first picked him up, he was just a bag of bones, and I was like,
Oh,
oh my
geez.
god, I've got to take. Yeah, I would I had to like literally work him up to eating full meals. It was, I don't know what was going on. So anyway, I have several more than I had planned on at this time, but it happens.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. My sister always seems to have like at least 4 dogs in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Sissy, what's up? Who else did I see? Oh, Tex, I said hi to. Paul Holland, what's going on, man? Who else?
Hey, so I was watching. Oh, now we got a cat going in front of it now. So today I was watching, ran across paleontologist guy going up and down Florida, like on the dirt roads, they and find and picking up shark teeth on the roads,
Oh, right
and
on.
like, yeah, it's like the dirt roads and stuff after a rain, and there's a runoff, and you can just pick up fossils off the road because they'll dig out of fossil areas around here and then just cover dirt roads with it. And so a lot of people go into creeks and go fossil hunting, which I've got sifters and stuff. That's another on my want to do list. Go up to Peace River, and that's a big spot for
Pardon
fossil
me.
hunting. Yeah, and
You
you can
do?
find like megalodon teeth, like
Uh huh.
really
Yeah.
huge ones. You can sell those boogers for like $700 for a giant, really good one. But you can find small meg teeth like all day long, and then little tiny, because all of Florida used to be seabed at one time. That's why it's so flat. So all that stuff, all the fossils and stuff go down and settles into the creek beds, and so anyway, but this one dude, like on this one dirt road he was finding fossils at, he ran into a soft shell turtle, a slider, a cooter, two alligator, one crossing the road and one swimming in the ditch. Saw bobcat tracks, raccoon tracks. So yeah, Florida's kind of rife with wildlife.
Do you do any metal detecting?
I have one. I want to go on the Treasure Coast. The other side, is where several Spanish galleons went down. So like after
Mhm.
storms, they sling up all this stuff on the beach, and so I have a metal detector, both a big one that's like waterproof. The wand is waterproof, so you can use the base in water. And then I have like a small handheld one, so once you get to digging and whatnot, you can
Sure.
use the small one. But yeah, I got all kinds of stuff and toys. And as soon as I got to Florida, I
I'm just
found out.
watching the shepherd in the background.
Oh yeah, he's
Stealing the show.
yeah. Sorry, he's a handsome boy, and he's
How
really
old is he?
two ish, maybe 2.5. I've had him a while now. He's good with the cats. He's good with the other dogs. He's what a protective herding dog should be.
Right
Um,
on.
yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. You're bad. Whoa. But yeah, he'll oh gosh, the cats. He's oh, you're staring at me lovingly. Um,
My
but
shepherd's never been around cats, so
well, they'll figure it out. We could do shifts.
people have no clue about our arrangement.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh. People know I'm moving to Florida. Do you care if we talk about it?
Not at all.
Okay, guys. People know I'm going to Florida, and my original plan was to travel. I was gonna buy a truck, pull my pop up, and travel, and just go see some of the country and stuff. And then I got an invite, an opportunity, and I thought about it and I jumped on it. You'll hear Lynn; she mentions her properties and stuff, and I think we've come to an understanding where I'm going to basically be the caretaker for most of her properties, and I'm also going to be her roommate. So
Yeah,
we're
we'll
gonna
have a communal area in the middle. You will have Mogs is going to help me set up an actual studio. So he will have a one bedroom will be a dedicated studio space and office space for both of us. And I'll have a fishing buddy, and he can keep his dogs, and we can go squatching together. I'll no longer be just a lone person wandering in the woods. And but yeah, I've got I think it will be a mutually beneficial thing, because I'm good holding the other end of a piece of a board being sawed. And
yeah
um yeah,
I'm
so
good with this.
I've got all kinds of stuff that needs done that I can't like I have vertigo, so it's not really safe for me to be climbing around on ladder. I
Sure.
want to hang lights out in the pool area all over the
Not a problem.
place. So at least if one of us falls off, there will be somebody there to call 911. But yeah, I would I have a lot of work that needs done. And
Let me address something real quick. Lockbeard, no, it's not love, dude.
no, 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 no. It's a it's a we'll
Mutual
have a
agreement.
we'll meet in the middle. He has his end of the house, and I have my end of the house, and we will have shared laundry facilities. And so, but
I need a fishing partner. She needs a squatching partner. So and
yes, and someone to yell at the dogs because they're making my throat sore screaming at them. Not really, just
that's
sounds
why I
good.
keep asking questions about the dogs and the cats and yeah,
uh
Lucy, my little one gets along with everybody and anything. Um, Maya just hasn't been exposed to she's been exposed to other dogs. Didn't turn out well. Not all the time, but I mean, she was territorial. I think she might have grown out of it. She's shit 6 now.
Her and Daisy, my female yellow lab, she's she's the only female, so she's the boss of the show. So they may, curl up tails and snarl at each other. If they do that, we'll just, give them shifts.
Yeah,
But
no, I'll, I have to go deal with my dad doesn't. I'm bringing my dog over to my dad's or my dog's, and my dog had gotten into a fight with his dog at one point, so it's got to be total separation there with his dog.
yeah,
It's only for a couple weeks.
yeah, I owned a pet grooming and boarding business for years, and sometimes you just gotta, but for the safety of the dogs, you gotta keep them separated. They're just, they're dogs.
Yeah.
They do dog stuff.
Oh shit, this is funny. Roku says, once you become Florida man, we need to get you a riding mower and a Gator drink can koozie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray, they do. And when they do, pay attention and don't be afraid to, be willing to take someone up on an opportunity or you know what I mean. Pay attention. If an opportunity knocks, answer the door.
And I need help.
Yes.
And
that's where I really shine, in what you want done and what it's going to be awesome.
I hope so. I have.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Mogs, the hair won't cope with humidity, Mr. Lee 3PO. No.
One of the reasons why. Well, mine is usually shorter, and if you have naturally wavy hair or like Florida humidity, it's gonna.
I'm from Jersey. We have tons of humidity there.
Right.
It's different out here. I like the Arizona, aridness. It's a little more tolerable with the heat,
Yeah.
Or the heat's more tolerable when it's arid. I mean, hot is hot, but when you add humidity, it's like.
Yeah. That's.
I'm familiar with it. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. July and August are the worst. I mean, July and August in Florida, you open the door and the humidity and heat that just kind of comes in at you and grabs you.
Soup.
But yeah. And you sort of get used to it. You get used to sweating anyway. I liked the desert when I was over there. I know it's weird, but I adjusted fairly well to Iraq.
I don't know. Tex says it won't be long till old Mo's will be sporting sandals and black socks. White socks are better. I guess it depends on the color of the sandal, but
yeah.
I'll be sandals, but now it's socks. That's too funny.
Well, we do have. You'd said there's not much crabbing there here, but there is. We have blue crab and
on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, and like really good kayak fishing real close to here. There's a spot you can park all day and fish right there, and there's a bait shop, and you can launch a kayak there. I have 2 kayaks here, 2 kayaks at the Webster. Shit. Quit, dog. 2 kayaks at the Webster property.
We're used to it. Don't worry about it.
I know he keeps. I gotta get. I somewhere in this place. I know I have earbuds for my iPhone, but I have no idea. I've never used them. So anyway, this is new.
What's the shellfish like down there? Like clams? Tex just asked, y'all have razor clams?
Don't know
Or
about
is the
raising
water too
clams. I know
warm?
that I've gone to Steinhatchee, which is a little north of here, and I just had eye surgery. I had my LASIK surgery, so I couldn't go under the water to look for them. So at Dead Man's Cove in Steinhatchee, you can just walk along and pick up
Great
the
name.
scallop season.
Okay.
But yeah, there's all kinds of shells down here. There's conch shells. There's whelk shells. There's uh, I don't know if mussels are natural here. There's oysters
Oh,
here,
nice.
Gulf oysters.
Oh, yeah.
Pink shrimp are the shrimp in this area, which are my favorite shrimp. They're like a more meaty, and they're just a colorful pink when you but yeah, there's and all kinds of fish
I'm
and
just, you know what? It's like I said it the other day. I'm going full circle. I grew up uh, on the ocean and saltwater fishing and crabbing, and now I'm in the desert, and now I'm going back to it. So
yeah,
it's
there's
awesome.
places here we can just like pull off in the mangroves, like going out towards Sanibel Island. At the across the bridge, you can just pull off and park, and the water is clear. You can wade out and fish. You can hang out all day. You can, do whatever. There's mullet are big down here. Tarpon fishing is big.
Oh, I've
Um,
been watching videos. Trust me.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Snook, you
yeah.
know, uh, grouper. Yeah, I've
Redfish.
yeah, I've watched all these videos.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And a lot of like weird the uh place over in North Fort Myers on the Caloosahatchee River. Um, I turned the fish in I was going through my cancer and stuff at that time, so I'd go outside and I'd put the dog food out, and then I'd take one scoop of dog food and I'd toss it into the canal, and it just erupt. And but I turned it into became pets after that. I think I've been away now. I could go back there and fish, but they caught they've been catching juvenile sawfish, which is an endangered species down here, like the adult.
Paddlefish.
Yeah, so it's not paddlefish, but the like shark with the saw blade that whips its head back and forth. It looks like it has a long saw on its snout.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yes, they're catching those right out of the
I said
canal.
paddlefish, but I was.
Yeah, I know, but the other kind of sawfish, because they called that one that for a while too. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, so I'm kind of impressed with that. A full grown paddlefish, the adults are can be 20 feet long, and the little ones they're catching out of the canal are, get to the right side, they're probably 2.5, 3 feet long.
It's a
Um,
fish story. It doesn't matter. No one's going to believe you.
Oh no, I saw the picture. No, I saw the pictures. I didn't do it. It was my neighbors, and their the neighbor lady and her kid. Well, her kid Maddie, she goes fishing all the time, and she caught it. And they had, so I was like, oh my god, that's an endangered. Because I have a friend of mine who's a biologist, and she used to monitor the waters down here. And I said, I think that's a sawfish. She confirmed, yes, it is. But
Roku says, "Have you seen the articles about Arapaima in Florida?" I've
yes,
only
that
seen one picture of a dead one.
and that was in Cape Coral here on the
Yeah,
Caloosahatchee River that
that's
I
the one
was
you
just
sent me.
that. Yep, that's
You
the
don't want
Caloosahatchee.
those in your waters. It's bad
No,
enough. I mean, it's bad enough there's snakeheads in the waters, and they put the
yeah,
peacock bass in to control the snakeheads.
yeah, but I want to catch peacock bass. I've never
Oh
caught one
hell
of
yeah,
those. I think I asked
hell
Mark
yeah!
Zasky to maybe when I meet up with them at the expedition, give me some pointers on where to, because you got to kind of, they keep those spots secret with the peacock, so it'd
I'll
be
find them.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, which I thought was cool, is the African knife fish that you can
Yeah,
go. I didn't know they were there until it made sense. I guess around Andrew, when Andrew came through, Hurricane Andrew, people like dumped their fish tanks out into the water, and the knives, those African knives, they're called something else. They survived.
yeah. There's
There's that and
a
something else.
there's a Nile, I think it's a Nile perch or red perch that are an invasive. They want you to, they're good to catch, fun to catch,
And throw
but
them
they
on
don't
the
want you
bank.
putting them back. They want you
Yeah.
to get rid of them. And armored catfish, same way. If you,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm surprised that they're in Florida. That's the other thing is because they're an aquarium fish.
yeah, yeah.
The Picossimus, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, well, there's we did a search for a missing teenage girl in a abandoned fish farm up in Brandon, Florida, I believe it was. So yeah, a lot of people, because you can just like dig these little square holes, raise fish, right? It doesn't take a whole lot of anything down here in Florida. And so raising exotics and providing for pet stores is big business. And catching things like I like to just put out little the crawfish traps or those little spring net things and just see what kind of fish or turtles I can catch in that. And while I'm fishing, I'm doing this, but I've also got some traps out to see what else I can
No, that's
find.
awesome. I grew up making my own traps when I was a kid. Whatever I could find. Screen. I'd make my minnow traps, so I'd catch
Right.
my own bait. And like for one of the first things I'm buying when I get down there is a cast net.
I've got one.
Okay, so I'm not buying a cast net. Um,
Uh, no, we both need to learn how to use it. That
I've
one,
never
see,
used one.
I haven't either. It's we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get a free one time. I dated this guy for a while that collected venomous snakes. Well, any snake. He was into reptiles. So we would like go into swamps and stuff and catch snakes. Well, we're had stopped at this off like a different bridge than normal. And we'd gone off into the woods looking for snakes, found a red rat snake, which real pretty. But then we go around, there's like a cast net kind of just in the water. And just as I was about to reach out and like, I wonder why someone abandoned this cast net. Big old alligator surface, right? And I mean, it had to be a big old monster male. And I was like, oh, yep, nope, you can keep that cat. See ya.
Yeah, that's the other thing, and that's I've never had experiences with are alligators. Um, so I'll handle it, but you hear, oh, you just kayak past them. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, no, I was kayaking in the Hillsborough River one time, and I had one come off a bank real fast, and go like underneath, but it wasn't a big one. But yeah, you'll see them. They're mostly scared. They're more scared of you than them. Only time they get a little antsy is springtime. They start wandering around, becomes mating season.
Okay.
The males start fighting. Smaller males get ran out by the bigger males, so they start wandering, looking for their own little pond to hang out in and, do their alligator thing. So, when I lived in Largo, I came home. I lived several blocks off Seminole Lake, and I came home twice in 8 years of living there to find police officers in my yard with alligators tied off to 4x4 posts on my front yard. I don't know why they kept catching them in my yard, but two alligators over the course of a couple of years caught in my yard. And my neighbor guy, he was out one day raking, and a three-legged alligator came up, and he looks over the fence. He had like a 4-foot fence, and he looks over at the fence, and the alligator's like advancing on a cat, and he didn't want the cat to get eaten, so he hopped his fence and he had his rake and ran the cat off. Well, then the alligator like started coming toward him and trying to come over like he hopped the fence. Alligators can climb fences, so the alligator started up the fence and he used his rake and he pushed it off. Freaking thing went around his house, and his dog was in the front, like at the gator, and the gator was like, but we figure it was three-legged. He might not have been eating real well, so
Sure, sure.
probably but they're not gonna. You got to be careful, like if you're just if you're in an area and you're kayaking or you're wading or whatever, and you see alligator slides on the bank, and you'll be able to recognize them. You don't want to swim in that area.
I know what they look like, slides.
Yeah, exactly. Like Stevie B said, mostly they just watch you go by. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
They're pretty. I'll take you to Gatorland, and you can see the and just ditches, like driving them. We'll do the alligator alley, and we'll wander down through the glade, and you'll see stuff just in ditches.
I've been to an alligator alley like once. Because my brother-in-law, my ex-brother-in-law, he used to live in Naples.
Yeah.
That was the last time I was down there. It was a week after Andrew went through.
Right.
So, I went down expecting to go, oh, we can go snorkeling. No. The Gulf was brown.
Oh, yeah. No. In rainy season after storms, it gets yucky and mucky and nasty. Dry season, spring-fed rivers will be just crystal clear, and you can see manatee and all the fish and just everything, and it's really, I love that part. The old Florida, not so much the beaches have their appeal, but I like old Florida too. Rivers.
I'm a big river fisherman, I should say. But the opportunities down there are just endless. So I am just stoked.
Yes.
I hope you can cook fish.
I can. And if we don't have a recipe, we will.
I heard you mention to Mark how you're a good cook. And yes. I love to cook. So that's awesome. I mean, most of the shit that I'm bringing with me are kitchen supplies.
I can dig it.
But they can stay in boxes. I want to be able to wherever I end up in the future, who knows what happens. My shit doesn't take up a lot of space. So, but I have my pop up to equip. So a lot of stuff is getting spread about. So it's but yeah.
I've got entirely too much cooking stuff and whatnot between.
No such
spread
thing.
out between houses. It's like I got some here and some there, and so. But once before we go fishing, I'm gonna have to gather, like do the trip again and gather things back up, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I don't go crazy when I go fishing as far as hauling a lot of gear. It's the lighter the better. So that.
Yeah.
That, hauling gear.
Yeah, I had a little setup for a while. It was just the little collapsible pole that was just about as long as my flip flop, and I could just pop it. It's like a kayak fishing is kind of I like shorter poles because
sure,
you have a shorter, easier to toss and or cast.
Larry says both of you need to check out Get Swamped on YouTube. Well, check it out. Thanks, Larry.
Awesome. I love swamps.
Stevie B says she's crashing for dinner.
Awesome. Cool.
It's a long ride, Stevie. We'll keep it warm for you, though.
Kind of gotten. I've started. I go to like
Oh, geez,
these
what is this?
water. Pardon.
Oh no, I just saw a comment somebody made. Smoking pot will not solve all your problems. No, but they make them a lot fucking funnier.
Hey, I'm a cancer survivor, and it's it controls my pain without giving me the side effects that any kind of pain medicine does.
Somebody
I can't take
somebody mentioned
anything.
kratom, and I don't know what kratom is. I've heard of it. I don't know exactly what it does. So that's why it kind of got that and went in that direction. But guys, keep in mind that I am monetized now, and easy on the drug talk. Like, don't do it. Um,
Oh,
no, no, not no. I'll bring it up, but I, I go and click on monetization like my last video, and I did it right after the show, and um, it wouldn't monetize it. It said pending or limited. So I appealed it, and they monetized it. But as long as there's thanks, Mr. Lee 3PO. Actually, dude, I gave that away to my roommate. I'm not taking anything with me to Florida. He said something about the bong.
oh. Well, hey, I was actually smoking the last part of a joint when I came on screen, so it may have been directed at me, but
Oh,
I
no,
am
no,
a
no.
legal user of marijuana products
Well, I live
too.
in Arizona. I'm legal too, but I won't be in Arizona for long.
Right?
And it's weird. It's kind of takes the when it made it legal, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's took that little bit of criminality out of it.
Sometimes you got to be bad just to know
No,
you're
yeah,
alive.
no. It's really cool that it's they legalized it here. And anyway, I'm not going to go on about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a huge proponent of it. I can't like any kind of real pain medication. I break out in hives, and so I can't take that. And so it's really Tylenol and that's the only thing that can.
That's the only thing I take for anything and I rarely take Tylenol.
Yeah.
There was a time when I would take it all the time, and it really screwed up my kidneys. That while I was taking it, I could feel it. It hurt.
Oh yeah.
Stopped taking it, went away. And that was years ago. But so yeah, now I just pain management is same thing as you're doing.
And I've thrown my back out some way or another. You know, do you reach a certain age, you have sleeping injuries. But I don't know. I throw my back out, and I've been like halfway bent over, trying for just to get around, and that kind of I hate when I do that. Takes a few days. Need to go see my chiropractor. She's pretty good. She can fix me up.
Ray Doss says, "I'm so excited for you, Russell and Lynn, getting some help, divine guidance."
I think so. Yeah.
It's just weird how it all worked out, and
Yeah.
I mean, even on my end, the way everything lined up on my side, it's meant to be. So,
Keep in good contact with your dad. Don't let anything,
oh no,
make
no, no.
sure that knows he's still taking, well, something happens, you'll go back. It's all good. I'm
Oh,
not going to
absolutely.
hog you.
No, I'll be back next year. I'll come back for his birthday. I know. He'll be 80 this year. He just turned 79 a couple weeks ago.
Cool. Very cool.
I'm just looking through chat. I haven't really. If you guys have questions, put them in caps. I think you guys know how that works. Let me just see if I missed anything. Yeah, Squatching Cowboy says anybody that serves our country should be able to smoke what they want.
Thank you.
I agree. Anyway, sorry, I do. That happens. I get lost in chat.
It's all good.
Let me get rid of this
My
band.
dogs may have finally run out of steam, so
Yeah, it's quiet.
yeah, I'm checking them out. They're all sleeping somewhere. Cool. Got the retrievers bunking together over there, and the little terrier dog under his blanket. He doesn't like being cold. Life is good.
Setting my. Oh, where are we at?
Oh,
Sorry,
ow.
I get quiet at times when I just read the chat.
Nope. Actually, I'm
Oh,
gonna try to put my pillows back and lean back a little bit.
we're gonna find out if you snore or not.
Oh, no, not really. The bulldog does, though.
Oh, someone shit. That's what it was. Somebody had asked earlier, and I forgot who it was. It might have been Mr. Lee 3PO about his. He had two dogs, and he was asking about
Oh,
advice. I don't even see him. Yeah, it's not going to let me scroll back that far. Mr. Lee, if you're still here, dude, if you had that question about your dog, throw it out there.
oh, hey, come here. Okay. Incorporated dog pillows back into my pillows to have a spot to lean on. All right, you get out of there. Come on. All right, little dog's trapped in his blanket fort.
It is synchronicity, right? It's just, like I said, when opportunity, knocks, don't be afraid to answer. It's one of those leaps of faith. I'm walking away from everything and everybody, and you know, jumping head first, or feet first, however you want to call it. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's new page. One of my favorite Bob Seger's songs to sing is "Turn the Page." So,
Yep.
turn the page.
Cool. Yeah, Florida's got all kinds of stuff to do, and there's always some kind of music festival or food festival or something going on. Concerts here, there, and the other, and um, I love it here. I've just never. I abandoned my life up in Georgia after traumatic events years ago and took a leap of faith and opened a pet grooming business and ended up getting into search and rescue and opening a whole new line of everything for me. So,
It's amazing how that works, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. Very much so.
Hey, Mark, what's going on, buddy? So, Mark, I don't know how much you've seen of this,
Oh, oh.
but yeah, the cat's out of the bag. Larry, did someone say food?
Funny.
This is what I forgot to do today was eat. The only thing I ate all day was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I ordered Chinese, which was, I've been doing really good and eating predominantly vegetables, which is the cancer diet. And, but today I just had to order some crab rangoon and
Okay, so how is the
stuff.
Chinese food down there?
Good.
Yeah,
There's so many restaurants and such a, hodgepodge or Mod Podge, I don't know how you say it, of different cultures and people that really any kind of food you want to find, you can find down here from,
that's awesome.
um, yeah, Peruvian foods and Cuban foods and Thai.
Forgot. Oh man, Cuban sandwiches. I forgot about those.
Oh man, aren't they
Oh, the
just the?
pressed ones. Oh,
Oh yeah.
damn.
There's oh yeah, like my favorite place to get a hot pressed Cuban is the vegetable stand at like over on Pine Island when I go over there to check out the fishing spots or and people fish from the bridge there too. They have like a drawbridge on
Okay.
Pine Island. So but yeah, like at the corner Pine Islands and Veterans, there's a little fruit stand, and it's been there for years. And they do uh, fresh homemade tamales and pressed Cuban sandwiches and homemade ice cream. Oh, and like pressed and like fresh orange juice and all that good stuff.
And this
So,
is gonna sound weird, but do you have any Jamaican bakeries around?
I know there's a food store. Um,
I missed. I used to have this favorite. Actually, there was one in Manhattan that I used to go to, but there was also one in Englewood where I was. My dad was a cop where I grew up, and I miss beef patties and cocoa bread.
cool. Um, yeah, there's got to be because there's all kinds of island restaurants. One of my uh, favorite caterers at the farmers market. She cooks uh, everything from she calls it Thanksgiving in a bowl, where she's got like the uh, cornbread dressing and turkey and all together in this one thing. She does pulled pork, jerk chicken, lobster mac and cheese, regular mac and Madam Mac is her name. A friend of mine passed
That's
away a
awesome.
while back, and oh man, I love her cooking. And yeah, I mean any kind of food we can any yeah.
So this goes back. Mr. Lee had asked earlier, Lynn, my two pugs show lots of aggression towards large dogs. Any advice?
Keep them on lead, and I mean you're not going to take it out of them. They've got that Napoleon syndrome, that little dog
A
syndrome.
little dog syndrome. Yeah.
And there's two of them, so they're backing each other up. They got they're a tiny little pack. So just be careful with them and be responsible. Don't let them get eaten.
Hmm. It's like a goldfish thinking it's a great white.
Can be, yeah. Pugs are pugs are funny, man. You stress them out, and they're like porcupines. Their coat just and you can't like you. They come to a grooming shop, you can never get them all the way brushed out and all the because they just stress out and they just keep throwing coat.
Ray says Tarpon Springs for Greek food.
Oh heck yeah! There's a place up there that I used to go. Me and one of my friends that God, a couple of times a year we'd meet up and get shrimp and oh god, yeah, Greek restaurants and Tarpon Springs. That's the sponge docks. Like, oh yeah, I did a little water tour up in Tarpon. Tarpon was north of where I used to live.
Right
Still
on.
north of me, significantly north of me now, but.
Right on. Murray says I like everyone's cooking except my own.
I don't cook for myself, so that's my downfall. It's easier to, I've been doing good. I just have to give myself a little pat on the back. I've been eating more vegetables and, trying.
See, I love cooking for myself. I'll get off whenever I get off of here. I'm gonna go and make dinner. 11 o'clock at
Cool.
night.
Right?
No, I mean I'll make a pork chop and mashed potatoes, and I haven't eaten all day. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm hungry. I shouldn't eat before I go to bed, but I'm going to.
No, I can dig it. Oh.
So,
They, think my Tylenol is wearing off. Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you all night if you're, I know you just did their show and you got to be worn out. So,
Oh, I'm trying to find a comfortable spot right now. I'm just hoping I haven't done something truly detrimental to it. I'm like you, I have I was born with scoliosis, and so I have a little bit of a trick back, and so I throw it out pretty easily every so often, and
yeah.
sort of learned to deal with it. This time's a little bothersome though. It's with sharp pains, you know, twist
Plus,
wrong, and
I've
it's
dealt with the sciatic thing and, all
yeah,
the stuff that goes with, being a little crooked.
yeah, oh crooked,
It's
a
all
little
good.
bit, yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, all right, I'm gonna retire from the talking gig for a little bit and sit back and relax.
Right on. Enjoy.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I enjoyed your show. I figured, what the hell? You might want to pop on and hang out for a little bit. And I'm so glad you did. Thanks.
You're quite
I'm
welcome.
looking, I'm looking forward to making that room or whatever room it is into a studio.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying this is the last time I'll be. It's funny. I know what I'm going to do. So, I can't go and hang this up at my dad's house, my backdrop. So I'm just going to take a picture, get a green screen, and I'm going to green screen it.
Perfect. Heck
I'm, just,
yeah.
I'm going to look up what's the best green screen color, and then just go to the fabric store real quick.
Yeah, that works.
So,
Cool.
well, thank you so much again, and
De
I
nada.
will talk to you soon, probably tomorrow or something.
Cool.
All right.
Have a good
Thanks.
evening.
You too. Thanks again. Good night.
Bye.
Well, I am so glad that Lyn joined us tonight. She did a really good job tonight on Sawdust Beast. It was good to see her over there. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting her to be there. Um, Stevie B says getting older sucks. I don't know. The aches and pains, but I to me, life began at 50. If that sounds, and it sounds weird. Once I quit drinking, things changed. And I hate to always bring that up, but I'm looking forward to my older years. Hey, Last, do you think there's different shades, buddy? Stevie B, Lyn, great job tonight. Can't wait for the adventure to come. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a good time. I'm worried about my dogs and her dogs. Not Lucy. She's a pushover. But Maya, that's my main concern. I don't need any issues. I don't want anything to happen. Last says, "Think me never." But yeah, it's gonna be an awesome experience. It's just gonna fucking be awesome. Hour in, I have nothing going on right now as far as anybody wants to come on. It's either that or we kill it a little earlier tonight. It's up to you guys. I don't know that I could sit here and babble for another hour by myself. Yeah, anybody down in Florida wants to come on and talk about their experiences down there or fishing down there, jump on. Actually, what do we got? 55 watching. I got this. I'm gonna put the link in chat. I know that's risky, but fuck it. All right, here's the link. Anybody wants to come out, come on and just hang out. There you go. Click on the link. I just posted it. Don't be afraid. I mean, we just, how it is here. Go eat, Moog. Oh, so you're saying get off the air. I know. I'm kidding. There. Oh, sorry. Getting old is in your head. I still feel 30. How old are you, Larry? 25? No. It'd suck. 25, I feel 30. No, it is. I don't feel my age. I don't act my age. It's age is mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. So Joe says just turned 61, don't feel a day over 62. Right on. Yeah, happy birthday, Joe. I hope you had a good day. My wife says the Squatching Cat. Oh, no, the Squatching Cowboy. My wife says you sound like you're from New York. No, New Jersey. Close. There are certain words that I will say that it's complete Jersey, like the water, daughter. There's other words. Coffee. The way I say it sometimes, coffee. But I don't have that Jersey accent. Thank God. Somebody pointed it out recently. I said something and they were like, there it is. 36, last overbuilt's 40. Right on. Bobby's 64. I just turned, November, I was 53. So, yeah, I think I told you, Stevie, pay attention Monday for the mail. Stevie's going on that expedition. So I shipped it out today. I shipped her my recorder, my audio recorder, my Tascam. Somebody might as well use it. I'm not using it right now, so you'll get that on Monday. And of course, there's some bandanas in there. I didn't sign them or anything, or they're just plain bandanas, but I couldn't resist. Yeah, coffee. Yeah, coffee. Same way with daughter, daughter, water. It's that sound. Coffee. Jersey twang. November 26th, right on. Day before me. I'm November 27th. That's cool. You know what, Joe? Joe says you got to stop in Texas and meet all of us. It's a big state, dude. But I will be stopping up in the Dallas area. I may even go down to San Antonio. Yeah, I plan on seeing Tex, going hanging out there. So if I know ahead of time exactly when and where I'll be, I'll put it out there, and people want to hang out, grab something to eat, whatever. I'm willing to game to just take it. I know Ray's down there. I think she's Dallas area, I think. There's a lot of people down in Texas. Wonder Woman's down there. Yeah, I've never really been into Texas. I mean, I drove through the corner of the Panhandle up there, heading to when I was driving to Wisconsin. But yeah, never really spent any time in Texas, so I'm looking forward to it. I heard 10 sucks, so maybe I'll just hit 10 and then shoot up 20 and go up there and then come back down. And I'm gonna run around. I want to stop in Louisiana and see, Tom. That's funny. I just read it after I said it. That's funny. Oh, I love Cajun food. Love it. Except I had blackened something once and it wasn't too good. And I just think it was where it came from, where I had it. But yeah, my favorite fish to eat is catfish. See, now that Ray lives near Joe, that's pretty cool. So we'll do this. You know what? Hey, if I got 8 days to rent, I'm renting a truck, so I think you get like 8 days to travel cross country. So it's not going to take that long. So I have a couple days I can wait. Judy said Sagittarians love to travel. Yeah, and it's easier when you have a driver's license. For 21 years, I didn't have one. Now I do. So yeah, I'm going to travel. What else? Lafayette. Yeah, there's a few people I'd like to check. I'd like to hook up with in Louisiana. Um, Johnny, you got a point, buddy. Walleye and perch are excellent. Crappie are great. I like the texture of catfish. I chunk it up and bread it and deep fry it and just go to town on that shit. Campfire and a cold beer. Well, I'll do the campfire. Did I see Christy in here? I just saw her name, but I don't know if she popped in. Yes, that's right. No, Pam, you're right. Christy's down there. Who else is down there? My buddy, who hasn't been around, is Ben. I don't know what happened to him. I'll have to check in on him. Half a mile off of I-10. Yeah, man. I'll stop in. We'll go grab lunch. What's up, Duke? You got a show tonight? Just kidding, brother. Just quit fucking coming in my room and poaching. You know what I mean. It's all good. Any relation to J.R. Ewing? Mr. Lee 3PO, that's a fictitious family, right? So yeah, guys. Again, if anybody's got nothing going on, I look terrible. I'm looking at myself and I just watch myself blow smoke out. That looks terrible. Wow. I'm gonna repost that. And anybody wants to come on, let me know, and I will send you the link. You know what? I've never caught a blue catfish, Johnny. I've caught flatheads and channels and shit, bullheads and hornpouts and but never a blue. I know blues get big. Shit, when I was in Wisconsin, I was using channel cats to catch as bait for flatheads. We were using channels that were, say, a little less than a foot long, putting them on a big hook and just live lining them. Because flatheads are predatory, and whereas like a channel is more of a scavenger. I was just on Manimal Research a couple hours ago, so I'm all talked out. No worries, man. I hope you had a good show. And you know what? I don't think I've ever even been to that channel. I will have to check it out. Ethan. Yeah, it does. It should. As long as you have either Google Chrome or Firefox on your phone, it'll work. You can go live from your phone or come on if you want. If you want, I will post that link again. Yeah, let me do that. I'll just post the link again in chat. And here it is. What's going on, Overbuilt? Just so you hear. Although I probably mentioned you earlier. I don't pay attention. I have never heard of that one. Opalausis catfish? Never heard of it, dude. But it's kind of weird that I can go to Florida and catch friggin' armored catfish. That's bizarre. Somebody told me that recently, and I was like, what? Yeah, there's a lot of aquarium fish down there that have survived. It's crazy. Yeah, and if anybody does click on that link and it takes you to StreamYard, just follow the directions. It's pretty simple if you've never used StreamYard before. If you want to come out, hang out. Mr. Lee 3PO, I want to say no, but I could be wrong because I think the water's too warm, but I might be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. You might have to go out into deeper water for that. But again, I have no clue, dude. You know, because I know they're off the coast of Jersey and they're up in the colder water, so yeah, maybe off the Atlantic there might be. Stevie B says, Mr. Lee, not often, but definitely yes. There you go. All right, we got Ethan coming on.
Oh, how's it going, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, doing good.
Welcome.
I'm hearing some third-party chat. Is that?
Hold that thought. Hold on. I gotta find my.
Okay, I think I went away.
So one thing I forgot to set up was my headphones.
Doing good, doing good. Well, I didn't know if you guys wanted to hear a couple Bigfoot stories from Arizona.
I don't personally. I've been to a spot on the Mogollon Rim where one of my friends, or he's a researcher. He researches up there. Kevin Keeney. He goes by Arizona Squatch. I've been up to his location up there. It's pretty cool area. I mean, it's definitely, hate to use the term squatchy, but yeah, there's a lot of forest up there.
Yeah.
And I've heard stories from local stories that go back a while from ranchers that wouldn't bring their cattle up a certain canyon up here. Where are you from?
Maricopa.
Oh, right
So-
on. Right on.
Well, I had a couple stories, but I'm getting audio from 20 seconds ago.
Okay, you're coming in. Do you have YouTube on or anything? Where
That's
you're
the
getting?
same show. That's funny.
I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
All right,
do you have
sorry, man. I guess I'll log off and log back on.
Do you have headphones?
No.
No. It seems when you get loud, I hear an echo, but like you just said no, and it sounded perfect. So I don't know what's going on.
All right.
See, that's
I'm gonna look for headphones and try again, man. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, don't apologize, dude. No, not at all. Don't be silly. I want you here.
Yeah,
I want to hear what you have to
I'll
say.
turn this off and then I'll try to log back on in a minute.
Yeah, see if it's just I don't know how anybody else is. If anybody in chat, are you hearing what I'm hearing? Just let me know, because it does sound a little echoey.
It's all good. I'll try again. Thanks, man.
That sounded perfect. What the fuck? maybe it's your proximity to the microphone. I have no idea.
I'm gonna try again.
All right. Judy says North Florida is very wooded. Lots going on in those woods. Right on. Yeah, and with Lyn's properties being where they are, they're kind of spread out all over. So I'll be doing a lot of traveling in Florida. I'll be doing a lot of driving. Hey Megan, what's up? Good to see you. Tonight's the smoke show marathon. Yeah, I know it's terrible. And that's I keep saying I was going to quit by the new year, but it's one of those like phases in life. Like I'm turning a new page, like I said, and the next page doesn't have me smoking. So when I move, I'm done. I'm not going down there smoking. I'm not going down there with a habit. Well, I'm gonna quit cigarettes. So, Stevie, you said there was an echo, and the only thing I can think of is that either he had the volume on his YouTube turned up. See, it's kind of weird. People want to see themselves on you, watch themselves and hear themselves, but you get an echo. Like I can't hear myself through these. It goes through my computer. Like that doesn't. My old microphone, I could hear myself through my headphones, but I can't hear myself. It is a Bob Seger song, dude. Turn the page. Squatching Cowboy says, "Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do?" It's a lyric. Keep wanting to say Stray Cats, but it might be. Adamant. That's who it was. Right on. Well, you know what? If I'm going to go down to Florida and start a new chapter, I might as well live healthy and enjoy it, and live down there and try to make the best of it as long as possible. I drank for too long. Done with that. I've been smoking too long. I got to be done with that. Hopefully, Ethan will come back. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what happened with that. Larry, when it feels right, you will stop and just go cold turkey. And that's the only way I can do it. I'm not going to wean myself down. I'm not going to start taking the patch or, lozenges or all that extra nicotine. It's got to be cold turkey. Duke, you got any Mountain Giant shows coming up? asks Tom Paul. Ray said intermittent reverb. Yeah, I'm kind of funny about, I hear some people, you'll hear a recording. Ethan's coming back on, so hopefully this will work. You'll hear a recording and somebody's on the phone and you can't hear a word they're saying. Let's try this again.
Hey, how is it now?
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah, I got you loud and clear, man. I got headphones, so I dug them out of the closet somewhere.
See that? It takes out all the echo. There's no chance of echo, so that's awesome.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, if you guys got time for it, I do have a couple stories, not firsthand, but stuff my friends have seen and encountered stuff like that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm getting a little bit of echo, but I'll power through it, man. I'll power through it. I'm getting a little bit, but I'll power through it.
From me? Because
both of us.
Okay, let me turn. Just lower the volume on something. I don't need it that loud in my ears. So if the mic is sensitive, it might be picking up. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So these are Arizona.
Yeah, not too far outside of Phoenix either. I'm not going to say what department I work for, but I work for a police department that's south of Phoenix. It's on an Indian reservation.
Right on.
Literally like 15 minutes away from Phoenix, and it's like a whole different world crossing over. I'm not sure. Are you familiar with reservations at all?
Not very. So no.
Okay.
I mean, I drove through the Navajo reservation, but I haven't spent. We have a small Apache reservation here in town, actually, and the next town over. But no, I'm not that. I haven't spent much time on the reservations.
All right. Well, once you cross the boundary, it's kind of going back in time a little bit. We still have people living in mud huts, outhouses, stuff like that. And basically, south of where I'm at, I'm not going to try to give too much detail. South of where I'm at, there's nothing but desert all the way to the border and even further south. This encounter, I was working on the east end of the reservation, and two guys were working on the west end, and they get a call for welfare check. And, not much going on, so I check it out, and it says the reporting party saw a Bigfoot. And at the time, I thought, okay, this is, she's smoking something, maybe peyote or something, So my two buddies go down there for the call. I'm a little bit jealous because something different than your average call. So the next day we're outside briefing and we're smoking and joking. I ask, well, how drunk was she? How high was she? Blah, 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 just kind of joking about it. And they're both like, no, she was dead serious and dead sober too. And I'm like, really? I'm like, well, was she legit? Because we have, a pretty good idea when somebody's bullshitting, somebody's being honest, somebody's lying or whatever. And they're like, oh, no, she was shaking. She was scared. She was panicking, almost in tears.
Wow.
Like, really? Well, what happened? Well, she was running her bike along this road going to her aunt's house. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of bike traffic. And to her south, there's nothing but desert. It's about a half mile from the avenue she was at. I say avenue, but it's not really an avenue. To the west, where she had to make a right-hand turn. It's kind of like a horseshoe-shaped road. And so she's driving, or riding her bike, rather, and in the bushes to her left, she hears a bunch of shaking. And at first she thought, okay, maybe it's some kids messing around, whatever. And she's already hearing grunts. And she's like, what the heck, And so pretty soon she keeps on riding a little faster. And then pretty soon she gets rocks thrown at her.
Oh, wow.
And she said, you know what, forget this. Rolled around, went back, got in her car, and started driving westbound again towards the avenue where she's heading. Well, she gets to the stop sign. There's a little dirt road that goes off to the left. That's, says dead end, no trespassing, etc. And she saw a Sasquatch as high as the sign. She said it was reddish orangish and was sitting there staring at her. She gunned it to her aunt's house, called 911 right away. And that's when my buddies showed up to go interview her. They both went to that little intersection, jumped out, started walking through the desert with their patrol rifles, seeing what they could find. Didn't find anything. Well, except for the rocks. They found the rocks, and they weren't normal like pebbles. They were pretty large river rocks. So Yeah, yeah, it's kind of close to Phoenix. It's kind of unnerving because I think they're a lot closer to town than, well, they are closer to town, obviously. If she was being honest about it, that is, and they think she was. This is about.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sure they are, in those areas. I mean, you're not. Look at the surrounding areas. I mean, if you go over to the Tano Basin over that way,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, there's so much area for them to, thrive in.
yeah, oh yeah. There's plenty of resources. There's water. I mean, if there's enough resources for wild horses, there's going to be enough resources for other larger animals. So
Yeah, you got the Salt River Basin, the Salt
yeah,
River, all the lakes that go through there. Which it sucks. I still haven't seen some of those lakes.
uh, I missed the episode while you're leaving, but yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
No, you know what? I was gonna travel and
Mhm.
buy a truck and pull a pop up and just go travel and meet people and do my thing and my show and do it on the road. But then I got an offer and I really couldn't turn it down. I mean, it's right up my lane. It sounds like a perfect situation. So
Oh, right on.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do is go and enjoy that.
Yeah.
I just can't turn it down. I have to
Well,
do it.
right on, right on. Well, happy travels.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Well, ever since I kind of got into the topic, which has been about a year now. Before that, I kind of thought it was,
bunk.
but now I'm in head, feet first.
There's a
Um,
lot of reports from the Apache reservation up in the White Mountains.
yeah, yeah.
They had a lot of reports up there.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is further south, reservation further south.
Hmm.
But anyways, when I started talking to more officers about it, I don't care. Some people laughed. Oh yeah, okay,
I'm
you're
the same
whatever.
way. Don't
Yeah,
give a shit what people think.
yeah. Life's too short to really, give two shits about it. I actually had a couple officers come forward and tell me some things they've encountered.
Right on.
Yeah, there's this dirt road that goes to this old mission way out there, and it's a good place to park, do paperwork. If you're with a buddy, take a quick 5-minute nap if you're working a graveyard shift or whatever. So I'm sure you've seen when we meet up, we pull our cars side by side so the driver windows kind of meet.
Sure.
Well, my part of my new squad 2 weeks ago told me, because we were talking about it and stuff. He was out there, and the guy next to him was catching a quick nap, and my buddy was typing up a report, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just feels this large bam on the back of his unit. So he yells, "Go, go, go, go!" His buddy wakes up. They both gun it down this dirt road back up to, where there's some houses and traffic lights, or street lights, I should say. And they both got out of the cars, and the guys are like, "What the fuck was that?" And they shine their flashlight at the back of the car. And when you touch a car and drive through dust, it leaves a handprint.
Sure.
There's a giant handprint on my buddy's bumper, on the back of my buddy's bumper. Yeah. And I first heard that story 10 years ago when I started from his buddy. And I'm like, oh shit, I've heard that story before. So it's kind of it tied in because I heard it from both people 10 years apart. So I think that's pretty legit. Another
How
time,
long you been on the job?
10 years. 10
Oh,
years.
right on.
Yeah,
Right
so I
on.
got 10
Thanks
more
for
to
doing
go,
that.
and I appreciate it. Some days are great, some days are rough, but
Oh
10
yeah,
more years, I'm done.
I was raised by cops, dude.
Yeah, I heard your dad was a cop in California, Inglewood.
No, he was New Jersey, Englewood.
Oh, New Jersey.
Englewood,
Well, I'm sure he's got some stories. I'm sure he's got some
yeah,
stories.
he does. His father was a cop, and his father was a cop.
Oh
So
wow, yeah. My dad was a cop,
like,
and my grandpa was a cop. So
yeah, I would have been like fourth generation, but I was like,
oh
I saw what my dad went through on the job, and just
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't want to put myself through that.
yeah. It's important to have a good support base. My girlfriend really helps out. She's actually from the reservation where I work, so she knows firsthand what I see and
Oh, sure.
what it's like. So 10 more years and I'm cashing it in. Never wearing body armor again. Never wearing boots again. It's gonna be great. Right now, my back's honestly killing me because I have to wear all that gear all the time. But
it's funny. That's all I wear is boots.
yeah. I mean,
It's
I
gonna
like the
have to
boots,
change.
but
Once I get to Florida, I'll go back to flip flops and sandals. But
oh, there you go. There you go.
yeah, I'm a combat boot dude. I wear
Yeah.
a tactical boot, original SWAT. Don't mean to push
Nice.
it, but that's a really great product. Really comfortable boots. Check it out.
Oh yeah. I got the Bates Coyote Tan. They do the job. They're comfortable.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was telling another good friend. He doesn't work for my department anymore. She's worked for 3 different departments. Now she's at Pinell County Department, or Pinell County Sheriff's Department, excuse me. And she wasn't at this I'm sorry?
That's further south, isn't it?
Yeah,
Pinell?
yeah. Well,
I
actually,
just-
part of the reservation's in Pinell, parts in Maricopa. It's kind of a large Oh, I'm talking too much. All right. But yeah, I don't think anybody from the res is listening, so
Probably not.
yeah. So she used to work for another reservation that's just south of this reservation.
Okay.
And once I told her, she's like, oh, we haven't talked in a while and we're kind of catching up on a phone call. Well, I'm kind of into Bigfoot now, reading a bunch of books, David Pilates, all that stuff. And she's like, well, I never told you. And we used to be pretty tight back when we used to be on the same squad for a long time. And so we used to be pretty tight. She's like, well, I never told you this. And she's not a liar. She was a homicide detective. She's really scored away. Not somebody that's going to make stuff up. But when she first started out, she worked for a smaller reservation to the south. And in the mornings and evenings, she saw one twice crossing the road in front of her going to an acorn field. She said it was about 6'5", really lean, like skinny and tall, running across the road. And she said it would like look at a patrol car as it ran past, and it happened so fast it's like a blur. And she would black out in the fields out there trying to see it, again and again. But she saw it twice and thought she was seeing a skinwalker. She thought she might be seeing the chupacabra or something. When she told me about it, I'm like, that sounds like a Sasquatch. That sounds like a Squatch. So
Sounds like a skinny Squatch.
Yeah, malnourished or something.
Yeah.
I don't. Good.
No, I was going to say about the skinwalkers. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah. I got a Navajo guy in my squad. He's got some stories.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he doesn't want to mess around with those things.
They have Squatch sightings up on the flag area, Flagstaff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, up on Navajo Nation up there. Yeah. Oh yeah. What else was I going to say? Okay, so she's seen it. Okay, so ever since then, I kind of been doing my own thing, trying to maybe catch a trail camera photo. So over the past 6-7 months or so. Oh yeah,
Mr. B3PO, not a chance in hell. Mosquito smokes? No.
So, what I've been doing, leaving out trail cameras and leaving food and stuff like that, set on the ground or set, in a secure location where the wind's not going to knock it over, where it's not going to just, roll out of frame or something like that. So far, I've left 9 food I got 3 cameras up there, and I've gone up there 3 times, so a total of 9 times. And each time I go up there, you don't see what takes the food, whether it's an apple, beef jerky, candy bar, or whatever. I could see birds and stuff fly by. I could see, elk walk by, but you don't see what takes the apple or the beef jerky or anything like that. So I know birds. I've never seen a bird sit down and eat an apple. I don't think it's a bird. Yeah, just kind of strange. It's not, proof by any means, but it's just kind of interesting, I thought.
Megan, I don't know how often you watch, but Megan Richardson always has some pretty funny questions. And question, Ethan, have you ever encountered a piss drunk Squatch on the Indian reservation?
I'm sure they're out there. Oh man, but I do got a couple of little people stories. Oh, where was this?
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah,
little people stories, really.
Yeah,
I could hear that.
But I do have a couple of little people stories. Not mine, but my buddies. They both got called in early one morning. They were day shift at the time, but got called in at like 4 in the morning or 3:30. It was still dark. I forget the exact time, but they're both going down the same road, and they see this little 2-foot tall guy wearing overalls and like a Mario cap, staying beside the road. So my first buddy drives by, and he just kind of shakes his head, and okay, maybe I'm sleeping or something. Second buddy goes by, and he sees it, and he's like, "What the hell?" So later that day, when they're getting themselves woke up and stuff, they say, well, I think I might be seeing things. I saw this little person about 2 feet tall or so standing on such and such road. And my other buddy's like, holy, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to cuss, but he's like, holy fuck, I saw the same thing, the same avenue. And, yeah, but that's, oh, okay, right on. But yeah, a lot of the community members out there, they take little people as a fact, they take Sasquatch as a fact. And, yeah, it's just a weird place. It's kind of like I don't want to say a supernatural place or a hot spot, but it's a lot of weird stuff goes on. For a matter of fact, those same 2 guys, they got called to a house for a welfare check. I forget if it was what the exact circumstance was, but I saw their body cam footage. It's pretty impressive. They go to the house. There's no car in the driveway. The door is locked. Everything's quiet. They start knocking on the door. No answer. So they start knocking on the windows. Maybe somebody's sleeping still. And my buddy, I almost said his name, knocked on the window, and somebody knocked back. So he's like, okay, there's somebody in the house. There's obviously somebody in the house. So on the body cam footage, you can see him say, hey, they're inside. They're not answering, and giving an update to dispatch. So my 2 buddies are standing in the carport next to the front door, and you hear a blood-curdling scream. And you can see my buddies both look at each other on the body cam. They're like, oh, shit, And then they hear it a second time about 2 seconds later. Well, at that point, they're thinking, hey, somebody's getting murdered inside. We better get inside. At that point, you don't need a warning or anything. It's exigent circumstances. Yeah, emergency exigent circumstances. So they go to the door, kick the door wide open, run in there with the guns out, police, where you at? Show your hands, and nobody there. No radio, no TV, no nothing. The body cam footage made its, rounds around the department. It's pretty spooky. The homeowner wasn't even really that upset. He's like, well, yeah, you'll hear stuff like that. My parents used to practice black magic here.
Oh, wonderful.
So, yeah, he wasn't even that surprised, and he's just like, oh, yeah, you probably heard a woman screaming, it's...
So Joe Pass says, I think I could kick a 2-foot person's ass. 2-foot tall person's ass.
I'd rather see a little person than a Sasquatch, probably. That's probably a little less intimidating, I'm sure. So,
I don't know, dude. I think the little people is a little more creepy.
Maybe they can hide better. Maybe they're better at hiding, and they can. Yeah, I don't know. But as far as down there, the only other Sasquatch story I could think of is a girl out there saw 2 sets of tracks on this gas line road. It's all dirt. It goes for miles and miles. I don't know what she's doing out there, but she saw one that she said was about. She did it with her hand. She didn't say inches, so I'm trying to redo it right here. Probably about 16 inches, and then a littler one. She called a baby footprint next to it, walking through the dirt. So, but yeah, I think they kind of follow the river. I'm not going to say the river's name, but let's just say all the rivers. I think they follow them down south when it gets cold out or something like that. It gets snowy up north.
Only a handful of rivers in this state.
yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to be very careful,
Yeah,
but it is what it is. I don't think anybody's going to go out there looking. I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I have a friend. He lives down in. He's in the Tucson area, and he searches it. He goes out around. He knows all the areas around there to go check out. He'll go find a BFRO report or hear of a dogman encounter, and so he has this. He knows where all these things happen. It's pretty cool.
Oh, nice. All right.
Down in that area.
Well, I didn't hear. Did you have a chance to go look on the Mogollon anywhere since you were here?
Just once, up towards what the hell? For some reason I always forget the name of the damn lake up there.
Blue Ridge Reservoir.
No, it's down Rim Road. It's like you take if you take
Forest Lakes, Woods Canyon Lake.
No. If you're on Rim Road, and you take it from say 84 or 87, whatever that is at the end of from out of Payson, was that
87? Yeah,
87.
Oh yeah.
If you start there and hop on 300, which is Rim Road, 25 miles in, I'm trying to remember the name of the lake.
It's not Blue Ridge or Craig's Reservoir. No.
I know they changed the name to CC
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah.
Some stupid thing.
Yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about. I just can't think of the name.
But anyway, I was out there not that long ago. I did an interview out there. Like I was out there with the Arizona Squatch. Looked around, I didn't see anything. But yeah, again, it's the area up there is just so conducive, I think.
Yeah. Water, food. Yeah, if there's, a huge elk running around, why not a, Squatch or something? So
Stevie B even says little people would freak me out way more than Sasquatch. I kind of feel the same way. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't.
I just lost you. You froze up.
Did I lose you? Oh, there you are.
There you are. Okay.
Yeah. He said he thinks it was like not a solid like physical little person. He thought it was more of like a spirit. He only saw it for a split second, but that's just what he felt and thought, I guess. But well, that's all I got as far as Sasquatch and little people. I got a couple ghost stories and UFO stories. I don't know if there's other people waiting or anything.
No, dude, it's you. We got 15 minutes left. 6:40. Yeah, we got like 15. We got as much time as you want.
All right.
My experiences are paranormal ghosts.
Paranormal, okay. Pardon me.
Never had an experience, a Squatch experience or a Dogman or anything. But I'm up for it. I'm definitely up for it. If I believe in ghosts, why wouldn't I believe in something flesh and blood?
Exactly. After seeing something that's not supposed to exist, who are we to say, oh, that's not real or this isn't real type thing? That's
absolutely. I've got that open mind, and I've heard enough stories and seen a lot of evidence, in the past 3 years that I'm convinced, So now it's time to prove it, to myself.
Yeah,
I don't have to prove it to anybody else. You want to know? You go look.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I agree. My camping buddies, about half of them are, think it's possible. The other half think it's, pretty funny type thing. And I don't care. They can think what they want to think. Yeah. No sweat off my back,
John Thompson says, let's hear a UFO story.
All right. This one is actually pretty recent. It was November. It was before Christmas. And working a nighttime detail because knuckleheads out there were being knuckleheads. And so we both met up at the service center back behind it. Kind of set up a game plan for the night, who's going to go where, what we're going to do if, stuff goes sideways type thing. And we're both standing in a circle. There was 5 of us. And my buddy to my right, all of a sudden, he was kind of looking up in the sky. I didn't really pay much attention, but he interrupts us and says, holy fuck, that's a UFO. And we both all turn our heads and we see 2 sets of 2 lights. So a total of 4. They're both kind of separated from each other. And they weren't like perfectly horizontal. They're kind of at the picture's not that great. They're kind of canted, kind of diagonal. And we only saw them for about 5 seconds, but what they did, the bottom one would leapfrog over the top one. The bottom one did disappear and started leapfrogging. And both these did it at the same time at an upwards and inwards angle. And it did that for about 5 seconds, and they both just it's like kind of like towards a triangle. Like if they're on the side of a triangle, like kind of, if that makes sense. I don't know.
I know what you're saying.
Oh, okay, cool. And they disappeared. And I'm like, we're all looking at each other like, holy hell, should we put this out on dispatch, ask if anybody else saw it, and we're like, oh, no, let's not do that. We don't want to call from the sergeant or anything. So we stayed there, a few more minutes. We had to get to work, so we didn't have all night, but we stood there a few minutes, didn't see anything. But as we started driving around, we started seeing single, not all 4, but just like little single bright lights. They're whitish, orangish. And I'm familiar with flares. We see flares from the Gila Bend bombing range all the time. I mean, we see those, and these didn't behave like flares. They didn't, sink in elevation. They didn't have that flicker light. They're just orange orbs, I guess you'd say. Speaking of orbs, that reminds me of another one. So as we drove around, we saw them about 3 or 4 times that night, and people were actually pulling their cars over and getting out and looking at them. And I ran into somebody 2 weeks later from that same area of the reservation. I was like, hey, were you out the other night? Did you see those things? And he's like, oh, yeah, we see those, all the time, blah, blah, blah. And, well,
Really?
yeah, he didn't seem too spooked. It seemed like pretty common. And then, like I said, my girlfriend's from the reservation. This was probably about 4 weeks ago. Her brother saw him out there. And he got some pictures of him and stuff like that. I guess he's seen him out there several times, too. He's driving back from the gas station down this, road without any street lights and looking out for horses because you don't want to hit a horse.
Sure.
And he saw these things up in the sky with his girlfriend. They snapped a few pictures, and me and my girlfriend actually jumped in the truck and drove out there, hoping to see something, but we didn't see anything that night.
Joe wants to know, Ethan, did you see the Phoenix Lights? I was
No.
there and saw them.
No, but I did grow up next to Luke Air Force Base, and I do remember hearing the jets fire up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and I remember thinking that was a weird time because normally we hear that during the daytime all the time.
Sure.
But not at nighttime. And then the next day, all that was on the news. And man, talk about being, disappointed. Look out the window that night or something. But no, I wish I'd have seen those. I really do. But I've seen other things, I guess. When I mentioned the orbs, the orb-shaped UFOs, kind of reminded me, of another story. That's when I first started. I was working graveyard shift, and there's this mountain right next to the freeway. I'm not going to, name the freeway or mountain or anything. But it kind of stands out as a landmark, and you can kind of see it silhouetted in the nighttime because, we got the Phoenix lights, but not the Phoenix UFO lights, but the lights of the city, behind us, and we can kind of see this mountain.
Does the mountain look like an animal?
No, but you can see it from I-10. So
just saying. I don't know. 75. I only know one mountain really in Phoenix.
Oh, Camelback. Yeah, it's not that one. Yeah. But so I was talking to this district service center. Each district has a service center for people to go get help with whatever. And I was talking to the security guard. It's probably about 1 a.m. And I was talking to him, and up on the mountain, I could see these 2 blue lights, 2 blue orbs. And we're both, looking at them, thinking, hey, what the hell? What the heck's that? And that mountain, according to the community members out there, there's supposed to be a medicine man up there buried. And you're not supposed to go up there. Yeah, you're not supposed to go up there.
It's sacred.
Yeah, exactly. They don't. Yeah, there's a lot of graffiti all over the place, but not on that mountain. They stay away from the mountain. They respect it and everything. And so we see these 2 blue lights up there. They look about the size of basketballs. It was quite a distance away, so I can't be. That's about as exact as I could be. So we both hop in our separate trucks, and we're driving to try to get a better look. And by the time we get to the mountain for a better look, they both disappeared. So I'm not sure what they were, but I doubt somebody at 1 a.m. was up there with a blue illuminated basketball for the fun of it. I don't.
Probably not.
Yeah, it was weird. And there's no hiking trail.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's no hiking trail up there or anything like that, so it's not a place where people go ever.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend who was driving in a local town, next town over, and going up these switchbacks, and him and I guess it was his girlfriend, saw an orb, but it was like gold, and it was daytime. It was during the day, so it was like this gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's funny because this was before I was into any of this stuff.
Oh, no way.
Like I had my experiences, paranormal. My dad's had UFO experiences in Sedona. I've heard of UFO experiences here in Cottonwood.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty, it's just.
I think it's a hotspot down here. I don't know why, but I think it is. So,
probably.
Yeah. Well, if you want to hear a little bit about ghosts, what do you think, man? I'll try to make it as short as possible.
Dude, go for it.
All right.
Like anybody's got anything to do.
All right, right on. Well, I can't see the comments, so I can't see, if there's people putting like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
No.
So,
they're talking about other shit. That's how.
Okay, right on. All right. So, with my paranormal experiences, my mom and dad split when I was younger, maybe about 13, 14 or so. And the first time I went to go meet my mom's new husband and go to their house and stuff like that, we're on the way. And she was driving and she's beating around the bush about something. She's like, well, when you're there, if you see anything weird or hear anything weird, it's nothing to worry about. Just, don't be worried about it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. She's like, well, nothing there can hurt you. And she just started like beating around the bush. And I'm like, are you trying to say this place is haunted? She's like, no, it's not haunted. It's not haunted, but there's a ghost there.
Per se. Yeah.
Per se, yeah.
But there's a ghost there. Yeah.
Exactly. But there's a ghost there. And I'm like, I was 13, so I got
you
excited.
realize the definition of haunted.
I still kind of shake my head when I think about that conversation sometimes. But so the first time I go there, I'm like looking all around, think I'm going to see it and stuff like that. And so after about 6 months, was one of the first nights when I stayed the night. My stepbrother had foot surgery and had to stay downstairs. And he was kind of freaked out about it. He didn't want to stay downstairs by himself. So me, my buddy, my sister, my stepbrother, all kind of like camped out downstairs on the couches and the floors and stuff like that, watching TV. It was fun. We're 13, 14, goofing off or whatever. So about midnight or so, we decided to crash out. And 5 minutes after we crash out, we hear the door that leads to the garage open, slam shut. And then for 5 minutes, not for 5 minutes, maybe about 15 seconds, there's dead quiet. And then I said, did you guys hear that? And we all, yeah, we heard it, and we rushed, turned on the lights, everything, nothing. Well, I'll try to make this long story short. But anyways,
no worries.
A lot of stuff would happen there, a lot of activity. We'd be watching movies or something like that, and the can of air freshener up on the cabinet would just shoot across the living room and fall on the floor. Yeah, for the first few years, I was pretty freaked out about it. But then after a while, I got used to it. It's kind of like having somebody else living there that we just couldn't see. I know that sounds weird, but
no. But it's just weird to see, because I've experienced it, is to see an unseen presence manipulate a physical object.
Mm-hmm.
Like the air freshener can, or electronics. I've seen lights, electronics. What else? Patron bottles, tequila bottles.
It's thirsty.
Friggin' cork flew out. It's a whole story involved, but yeah, it's just weird how they can manipulate the physical world. Yeah.
Perfect example. I was getting my associate's degree in criminal justice. I wanted to be a cop and everything, and I was taking a fingerprint class. So I was fingerprinting all my mom's mail, and I'm sure she was happy about that. I'm making a mess on the table because that powder goes everywhere.
Dust,
yeah. So when I go to throw away some of the empty envelopes, I set the fingerprint wand right in the crease of a paper, and I double check to make sure it's not going to roll because I don't want to mess up the table and get it all over the place. Well, I stand up from the chair, I go throw it away, and I hear this tink, 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 and I turn around, and my fingerprint wand is in the middle of the kitchen. And if it had rolled off the table, there'd have been a big black line, like rolling off, and but there's none of that. I'll skip a few stories. I'll skip most of the stories. I'll go to the more interesting ones. During Christmas time, we had a little Santa Claus we'd hang in the living room, and it had an infrared sensor. So whenever you walked in front of it, it started singing, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, jingle bells, jingle bells. So sure enough, between 3 and 3:15, we'd wake up and hear, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, jingle bells, and start singing and stuff like that. So my mom, her idea was to put Santa's hat over the sensor to cover it up. Well, that night we heard it again. The next morning, the hat was back in the upright position, and it was singing away. We hear it going up. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, oh, I remember that. We'd hear it go up the stairs. We heard a lot of footsteps coming up the stairs when we're sleeping. That was super freaky, especially when I first, started staying there. We'd hear the computer chair spinning on the loft. When you turn on the computer, it would say play ball. So in the middle of the night, we'd hear play ball, play ball, play ball over and over again, like back to back. So whenever you made a lot of noise, that's when we'd hear it or see it the most. The garbage disposal, the vacuum. Same, yeah, pretty much. Same cloud, yeah. Oh man. So now when I watch a scary movie, like at the movies or something, I'm like, oh, that's not real. It kind of blew, scary movies for me because I'm like, but where was I? Oh, I hid my mom's keys once. She couldn't find them for 2 weeks. One night during the middle of the night, she heard the cabinet slam real loud, boom. And the next morning, she goes down to get her OJ, opens up the cabinet, and it's in a glass of OJ in the cabinet. Her keys that she hadn't seen for 2 weeks. So it would hide stuff from time to time. We'd be downstairs watching a movie, hear footsteps upstairs, type thing like that. Oh yeah. So when you make noise, you'd hear you see, a shadow out of the corner of your eye kind of bolt. The phone would ring, nobody would be there. The doorbell would ring, nobody would be there. I think it was trying to get you to stop making that noise, if that makes sense. Like is irritated somehow.
Hmm.
So some of the
Definitely
weirdest
trying
stuff.
to get your attention.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's bizarre.
yeah. So I'm gonna get into some of the more, I guess, weirder things. So one night, me and my stepbrother, his girlfriend, and my sister were all down in the kitchen about midnight or so, making smoothies or something with a blender, which makes a lot of noise. My stepbrother had his back turned to the kitchen table, and I was facing the kitchen table from the kitchen, talking to my sister and his girlfriend. And he's sitting there working the blender. And the best way I could describe it was an electric mist in the form of a person. I know this sounds absolute bananas, but it is what it is. Walk out from the archway in between me and the table where my sister and JP's, my stepbrother's girlfriend was. And as it walked, it got smaller and smaller in shape, and kind of went to like a little basketball and then just disappeared.
Hmm.
Yeah, he turned around from making the milkshake, and all of us were pale, like looking at each other like, "Oh my God, what did we just see?" But he was kind of jealous he didn't get to see that. He saw it one night. He was trying to sneak in the back door because he, was out partying and stuff like that. There's a sliding glass door, so when he got to the sliding glass door, he looked in and could see a female on the other side in a green dress looking back out at him. So he runs to the front yard under the street light, calls me up at like 3 a.m. Hey, you gotta come over. You gotta come over. What's that?
Yeah, help.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you're on your own, bud. You're on your own, bud. I only saw her one time. I don't know if she was that electric mist thing, but I only saw her one time as a whole. We're going paintball shooting one morning, and we're getting all of our paintball guns ready. Everybody else is in the garage filling up their two tanks, and I was in the living room kind of scrubbing mine down, getting all the old dry paint off and stuff. And I look up through the archway, and a lady in a green dress, like an 1800s green dress, arms crossed to the front, her hair kind of in a bun and a little bit of it down. It's kind of a sandy blondish. She's looking straight ahead, just walked right through the archway into the next room and disappeared. And, I threw down the paintball gun. I ran in there and nothing there. I ran to the garage. I saw her. And everybody's like, oh, no way, But we would see her from time to time. That was the only time I saw her, though, personally.
Right on. Yeah, I've never seen like an apparition. I've seen an orb that I know was a spirit orb. Because I lived in a house that was apparently haunted.
Yeah.
Well, I knew the people that lived there before, and they were killed in the house.
Mm.
Yeah, and so yeah, there was some couple weird things happened there, but I felt a primal fear in that place that I'd never felt before in my life. Like just out of the blue, I was sitting in like a den, and the living room was off to the right, and something caught my attention, and I walked to the door, the archway, because just reminded me you mentioned archway.
Go figure.
And I looked around, and I got this feeling like something was there, and I got scared shitless, dude. I got so scared, I got pissed off.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was that scared where I was like, "Come on!" Like all mouthy and shit. I'm yelling at nothing.
yeah, to hell with it. Where are you? Type thing.
But then I've had things happen that were obvious, not supernatural activity, where someone was witness, and I laugh at it. I watched the bartender turn white when something happened, and I laughed because I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And I wasn't laughing at her. I wasn't, I was just like, holy shit.
At the circumstance, like, because it's trippy. It's kind of, it's weird. It's a weird feeling to see or experience something like that that's not supposed to exist,
Exactly. When you experience something paranormal or supernatural, it sticks with you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of people try to just like, well, it didn't happen. No, it didn't happen. No. Or
my stepbrother's kind of like that. Like he won't talk about it unless like me and him are alone. I'm sorry?
I said, I want to see it happen again. Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, right. But he's kind of
stepbrother?
Yeah. When me and him are like by ourselves or with like a close group of buddies, he'll talk about it. But if not, he won't talk about it. He's just kind of that type of person, I guess. I don't know. But, there was a few.
It messes with people's paradigm, there's some things that people don't want to admit or want to know exist. So
yeah. And that's kind of why I kind of opened up my mind towards, the possibility of Sasquatch and everything. Because I'm like, if I saw what I saw, then how could I go and say, no, this isn't real?
Exactly.
What right or authority do I have to say, oh no, there's, a floating mist person, but there's no Sasquatch type thing, like.
Sure.
So
that's the way I've been approaching it. And, I gave it more credence from hearing all the stories that I heard, and
absolutely,
the similarities in all of them, and in 3 years I have no idea how many Sasquatch stories I've listened to.
But a ton. I bet
it's over 3,000. I'm sure.
Oh wow,
easy.
Oh, wow.
And not firsthand. This is just listening to YouTube and other videos and channels. And
I'm still waiting for my first-hand account. Maybe someday I'll come back on with one, but I'm still waiting for that day.
Well, right on, man. You're not like I said. I was on a channel earlier in chat, and somebody mentioned exploring or researching. I said, well, you can't do it from your couch. Like you got to actually get out there and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Get your boots on, go out there, get some fresh air.
Even if it's just a hike, go with eyes wide open, and you never know. You never know what you're going to run into.
Yeah. Hey, worst thing that can happen, you get, to see some beautiful forest and get some exercise, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mose, my phone's about to die. It's been a pleasure being on. Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. My pleasure, man. And thank you. Yeah. Thank you for what you do, man.
Hey, you're very welcome.
It
rough,
takes
but
a special someone to be a cop. And
I appreciate you hearing that. We don't hear that too often, recently. So
no, dude, fuck everybody.
Appreciate hearing that. Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Exactly.
There's an important role in what you guys do. Any asshole thinks you can defund the police department and get rid of them. You're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
I joke with my squad, hey, let's all take the day out for 24 hours and see what happens.
See what happens.
Thing,
That's it.
So, yeah. Hey, safe travels, bud.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you again. Stay in touch, man.
Sounds good. Later.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, no, that was cool. Good stories. Ethan, thank you so much for showing up and coming on. I really appreciate that. And again, thank you for doing what you do. It's not easy. And it's these days it is a thankless job, and thanks. Everybody in chat. Hilton, what's up, man? I see you there. Bobby. Rafaela, good to see you. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. And it was kind of a quiet night. Only 50, I don't know. We had 60 in chat, I think, at the most. It's pretty cool. I like those quiet evenings. Murray, thank you very much. Thank you very much. He said, great guest. You're knocking it out of the park tonight. Right on. And I'm glad that Ethan, that was nice to meet him. That's cool. But anyway, guys, I will be back on Tuesday. I won't be in this studio. I won't be in this house, which is kind of sad, but exciting. New things ahead. I am so stoked, guys. So, Scotty B, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys. Will you enjoy your next 4 days? And I will be back on Tuesday. If you guys like the show, please hit this like and subscribe. Also, share, if you feel it's share worthy. Also, leave comments. I've been getting terrible about commenting back. I'll jump on them, I promise. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for letting me share my future with you guys as far as with Lyn, and it's amazing the way things work out, and I'm going to make it work. I definitely am. Anyway, guys, thanks. Good night, and peace and God bless.